Hello and welcome to episode 100 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode, it's decision time. Since you were last with me, I've had not only an interview, but I've got a job offer, and we're going to have a look at the pros and cons for going and staying on today's episode. So I'll be back in a moment to show you the offer and to weigh up the pros and cons of staying. Okay, so this is the offer we've received. It's from Stoke City. They are in the Championship currently, but I said I'm going to start with the pros and cons of staying. The pro, first of all, the massive pro is that we're in the Premier League, and also Stoke City are offering me a significantly lower wage than I'm on at the moment. I'm on £43,500 a week at Leicester, and they're offering me 35.5. We can try and negotiate that up potentially, but the offer from Stoke is significantly less than my current salary. I think the next thing we need to show you is the current league table in the Championship before we look at Stoke in more detail. Let's look at Leicester in the Premier League, and as you can see, today we are currently out of the relegation zone, so that's a positive, but at the same time we're only just clear of the relegation zone, and should we get dragged back into it, we could easily find ourselves getting sacked. That being said, the next thing I want to show you is the job security screen. As you can see, I am listed as insecure, and not only that, I am right at the top of the list of insecure managers, so I'm effectively the favourite in the next Premier League manager to leave market, and that is a massive consideration as well. So that being said, time now to make the case for leaving for Stoke, and I'll be back to do that in just a moment. Okay, time now to discuss the case for and against going to Stoke, and the obvious place to start in terms of the case for making the move is that massive transfer budget, £131 million for a club that is in the Championship, and they are clearly targeting promotion, so they should be looking to be towards the top end of the table. Current season, they're looking for a mid-table finish, and then they're looking to gain automatic promotion next season and then build on that going forward. So let's have a look at how they stand in the Championship at the moment, and as you can see, they are down in 15th place with 7 wins, 4 draws and 9 defeats from 20 matches, 25 points on the board. They're 8 points shy of a playoff place and 5 points above the drop zone, but with that massive transfer budget to spend and the January transfer window less than a month away, they should definitely be looking up rather than down. So that really is the decision we have to weigh up. If we can get Stoke up towards the playoffs and bring in the quality of player that we need to make them into promotion contenders next season, then that makes us a much stronger outfit potentially than Leicester over the next couple of seasons. So that is the dilemma that we face, and I think the sensible thing to do now is to go and negotiate with Stoke, see if we can get them a little bit closer to the wages that I'm on at Leicester, and possibly then we will then look to make a decision as to whether we stay or go. So I'll be back in a moment with the contract negotiations at Stoke. Okay, here we go then. So let's go into the negotiations and see if we can get them a little bit closer to the 48,500 that I'm on at Leicester. So, they're offering me a 2-year deal, which enables us to stabilise this season and go for promotion next season. So we like that very much indeed. Let's see how close they'll get to the 48.5 that I'm on at Leicester. I'm not going to change anything else. They've gone up to 39. Let's try 43. They've stuck at 39. So it looks like they're not going to go any higher than that. So the question now is, so the promotion wage rise is 15%, which takes it to about another £5,000. So it doesn't even make it up. If they'll go to 25%, then I will agree, and they have agreed to that. So it very much looks like we are making the move to Stoke, and I will hit the finalised deal to confirm that, and I'll speak to you in a moment with the official announcement. Okay, here we go with the breaking news announcement from Football 365. Stoke City hire Sheehan. In a move which has surprised many observers, Jamie Sheehan has left Leicester and dropped down a division to become the new manager of Stoke. Sheehan arrives with a record of 279 wins, 128 draws and 163 defeats in his career. He's won 3 league titles. His first game in charge will be against Bolton in the EFL Championship on the 6th of December 2033. Questions will be raised as to Sheehan's ambition, but he will face pressure to bring immediate success to Bet365 Stadium, given his former employers and previous standing. Gary McSheffrey was considered to be the favourite for the job, but it's unclear whether the club favoured Sheehan all along. Leicester will now be looking for a new manager. Sheehan, 54, has accumulated 11 years of experience with the likes of Leicester City and Fulham. Sheehan prefers to use a 4-3-3 DM wide formation. Generally speaking, that's been true. Sheehan was the subject to considerable criticism at Sheffield United in 2032 following a humiliating EFL Cup exit at the hands of Boston United, remember it well, sadly, and will now be hoping for a better experience upon taking up a new position. Stoke have been disappointing in the Sky Bet Championship so far this season, find themselves in 15th place. Stoke have lost 4 of their last 5 games in the league. Stoke City have lost 4 of their last 5 matches. So that confirms officially that we are manager at Stoke City, and I'll introduce you very briefly to the team in a moment, and then we'll wrap up the episode by telling you what's coming up on the next one. Okay, let's take a quick look at the Stoke City squad then that I'm inheriting. And as you can see, we've got 3 goalkeepers, but only one of them is even remotely any good. So Joe Bursick is going to be the first choice keeper for now, but we will look to bring in somebody over the top of him and get rid of both McNally and Ian Morris in the January transfer window. We've got 3 right backs, so we're going to be looking to, if we can cancel the loan of Louis Wells, we'll do that. And the other 2 are very, very good indeed. Centre-back, we're extremely short. We've got only 2, and only one of them is even close to first team ready, and he's currently suspended as well. So we badly need a clutch of centre-backs. Left-back, we've got one very good one, but he's not our own player, Kamal Ma. Defensive midfield, I'm happy with those 2 with 2 of the options, and we'll look to move Robert Bergin on. Central midfield, we're extremely short. We've got only one, and he is 34. So whilst he's good enough now, he's going to fall off a cliff before too much longer. On the left-hand side, we've got as left midfielders, we've got Arion Ibrahimovic and Jordan Hamilton. Ibrahimovic looks like he could be very classy, and Hamilton looks like he's got potential to be in the future. Moving on to right wing, we've got the not very good Conrado Tevez. So we're going to need a couple of right wingers. We've then got 2 proper left wingers in Keane Lewis Potter and Joel Ndala. In fact, we've got 3. We've got Julian Nappi as well. All 3 of them are good enough to be in the first team. So we are spoilt for choice on the left wing. And then up front, we've got, I'm delighted to say, Victor Osimhen, 34 years old now, but still 3 stars of ability. We've got David Oliver, who is 27 and 3.5 stars. And then we've got Casey Meredith, 25 and also 3.5 stars. So up front, I think we're absolutely fine. So there are definitely improvements that need to be made, and we need to not only get rid of some dead wood, but also bring in some quality additions to bulk out the areas where we're lacking. So that concludes the squad roundup, and I'll be back in a moment to round up the episode and tell you what's coming up on the next one. Okay, well, as you can see, we are in pretty horrendous form at the moment. We did win the last game before I took over, 1-0 at home to Derby County. The aforementioned Victor Osimhen getting his second goal in 2 games. But before that, as you can see, it's just 1 win in, I think, 10. So going back to the beginning of October, we've won just once between then and the end of November. And that plainly, for a side with Stoke's ambitions, is not good enough. So I'm going to leave this episode there, and we'll come back immediately, and I'll show you my first 2 games in charge, away to Bolton Wanderers and at home to Swansea. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.